Hey, it's Game Hydro. Today we got another video for you about Avatar Realms Collide, also known as Avatar Legends Realms Collide. So we have a list of the best legendary heroes in the game. We're going to try and make a tier list out of them. So in this game, how you can tell who the best legendary heroes are, we got a couple ways. So number one, we got the skills. Number two, we got the stats, the attack, defense, etc. Now, legendary heroes, there's a pretty big gulf as far as rarities go, as far as stats go between the rarities. So legendaries have a much higher rarity than epics, which have a much higher rarity than rares, and so on and so forth. Right now, we only got 6 legendaries in the game, but we're gonna rank them. Now, the skills, it's pretty easy to find. The overall stats, it's not that easy to find. All you got is the power level that you can see right here, and that is largely, in fact, probably mostly based not off of rarity, but off of rank, level ups, talents, and all that. But there's actually is a pretty good way to tell. Go to this little icon up at the top right that looks like an N with little dots. Almost kind of looks like a constellation N. Right there. So you can see what the breakdown of the stats of a hero are. We're going to be paying attention more to the to how full the bar is, as opposed to how what the rating points are, because that tells you what the hero's specialty is. Looking at Bumi, for example, he is much more of a DPS type. Normal and skill attack both very high. Defense moderate. Special abilities low. All right. So we're going to look at the skills now. Punch deals damage to enemy squads. Base damage 1200. Now, of course, this starts off lower, and as you upgrade the level and rank, this increases. Bumju, normal attacks have a 20% chance to increase the hit point of the unit commanded by 12% for 4 seconds. 12% for 4 seconds, and then cooldown is 5 seconds. That doesn't seem like that high of a chance to me, but let's keep reading. Oddball Commander, normal attacks have 5% chance to deal damage to an enemy squad. Base damage 550, cooldown 5 seconds. New power increases the attack of the whole squad by 20%, and that increases to 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60 later on. That seems like a really useful one to me. Lucky Man, normal attacks have a 5% chance to deal damage to an enemy squad with a base damage of 2400. So 95% of the time they'll do their normal damage, but 5% they'll do that increased level of damage. And like we said, Bumi is a DPS type primarily, and obviously air type. Anybody who doesn't know Aang is an air type, well, I don't want to say shouldn't be playing, but you got a lot of education to get educated. All right, base stats. He is definitely more of a tank with higher overall rating points. That defense and the special abilities are sky high. Plus, he can heal. When you set him as the leader of all troops, he increases the health of all troops. Smooth growth, you can achieve rapid growth, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, over to skills. Airball deals damage to enemy squads and increases the squad's attack by 6% for 4 seconds. So you get damage and you get a buff at the same time. That's pretty good. Air Scooter, normal attacks have a 20% chance to heal exhausted squad members. Okay, that's legit. Base healing 100, and that increases. Normal attacks have a 20% chance to increase attack, defense, and hit points of the squad by 10% for 4 seconds. Okay, that's actually really good. Glider, when set as a leader hero, all the troops' marching speed increases by 4% and hit points by 6%. All right, so that's great for raids against Shattered Skulls and even against other players. Avatar State. Normal attacks have a 20% chance to increase the attack, defense, and hit point of the squad by 52% for 4 seconds. That's pretty nice. So between those two, I would say I'm not going to give them a tier yet. I'm going to wait till after that's done, but I would say Aang is probably the more useful one. But as a pure attacker, you can't argue with Bumi. All right, moving down to Azula. Base stats. She is absolutely a DPS type. Sky high attack, sky high skill attack. Low to moderate defense and skill defense. Special ability, pretty good. Moving to the skills. Increases the number of benders you can lead, giving a significant battle advantage. That's pretty good. So she increases it for like everybody. Blue Flames. Deals damage to enemy squads. Okay. Unhinged. Normal attacks have 10% chance to deal damage to an enemy squad. Kamurakagi. The whole squad's max bender capacity increases by 6%. That's really, really, really good, actually. That could give an advantage that maybe the others don't get. Composure, normal attacks have a 20% chance to increase the rage gained by the troop's hero by 20%. Generate lightning, deals damage to enemy squads, base damage 1,700. All right, so that one is really good, but out of all those skills, I'm especially going to have to give it to Kamurakagi, increasing the max bender capacity. And as you level her up and rank her up, that increases to 9%, 12%, 15%, and 20%. Huge, huge, huge. Uncle Iroh, wise tea enthusiast. All right, stat-wise, his skill attacks are hilariously high. The normal attacks are pretty good. The normal defense and skill defense are pretty good. And the special ability, very high. Highest rating point so far. All right, I'm not mad at that. The Dragon of the West deals 500 base damage to enemy squads and reduces their hit points by 12% for 2 seconds. So that doesn't really sound like a lot of HP reduction, especially when it goes back up. But I mean, that's good. That's a good bit of damage. Remorse, the skill attack damage increases by 10% of the whole squad. Taste for the Arts, normal attacks have 10% chance to heal the exhausted squad. Okay, he's got healing too. That's legit. White Lotus Leader, normal attacks have a 10% chance to increase the rage gained by all the heroes in the group by 40%. With a cooldown of 5 seconds. Or excuse me, by 40, not 40%. Alright, so that helps everybody build up their special skills faster, is what the rage does. The Great Dragon deals damage, base damage, 1,600 to enemy squads, and reduces their hit points by 64% for 2 seconds. Alright, that's pretty strong. 64% for 2 seconds puts that enemy at a high risk of getting killed. So out of that one, obviously, the Great Dragon's my favorite skill. Skill attack damage and increased rage. I like them. All right. Between those two, though, I got to give it to Azula for the max bender capacity increase. All right, Korra. She needs no introduction to anybody that's been fans of the 2 shows within the Airbender universe. All right. She has low attack and high everything else. So already the stats are pretty good here. So she's a tank, but with strong skill attack and strong special ability. All right. And we're going to go Rava. Deals damage to enemy squads and heals exhausted benders in the squad. Damage and healing at the same damn time. All right. If you watched this show when it was, brand new, you probably get that musical reference. And if you don't, then, yeah. Anyway. Troublemaker. Squad's normal damage increases by 2%. Doesn't seem like a whole lot, but as that increases to 4, 6, 8, and 10, pretty damn good. Lost Connection. Also passive. Squad's defense and hit points increase by 5, then 10, then 15, then 20, then 26. Not just 25, 26. Friendship. When set as the leader hero, all troops attack and base healing increase by 4%, which increases to 8, 12, 16, and then 20. So, a leader hero for battling hero versus hero for sure. Light in the Dark deals damage, base damage 1400 to enemy squads, and heals exhausted benders in the squad with a base healing of 400. All right, strong healing and strong skill damage there. Oh, okay. She's really good. She's a water type. These last two were fire types. All right, now we got Kyoshi. Base stats. Good skill attack. Great special ability. Normal attack. Good. Normal defense and skill defense. Average, but I would say average for his type. For his rarity. Moving on to skills. Kyoshi Warfans. Deals damage to enemy squads, reduces their hit points by 8% for 2 seconds. Tallest. All earthbenders' hit point increase by 6%. Meaning of tiers. The normal attack damage of the squad increases by 6%. Justice and Punishment. When set as a leader hero, all the troops' skill damage increase by 3%. Fractured. Deals damage, base damage of 1800 to enemy squads and reduces hit points by 36% for 2 seconds. All right. We got something to think about here. So, all troops' skill damage increases by 3%. Normal damage of the squad increases by 6%. All right. So we're ready for our rankings. I would say for last place, it's between Bumi and Kyoshi. I'm going to give it to Bumi because his attacks are slightly more powerful. And his skills are slightly more useful. Like increasing the whole attack of the squadron by between 20 and 60. That's actually really good. All right. Kyoshi, B tier. Bumi, B plus tier. Aang, super useful here. The marching speed increases are great. The boosts of all stats are great. The healing is great. He is, let's see. He's definitely one of the top 2. Who's next? Korra. Super high attack, super high healing, and the biggest tank out of all of them. Korra, I'm going to S tier. Aang, I'm going to S minus tier. Both extraordinarily useful. Now the fire off between Uncle Iroh and Azula. So, primarily an attacker. Primarily kind of an attacker. Max bender capacity is, to me, kind of the game changer there, especially if you are heavy on the raids. Plus, strong attacks. Iroh. a little bit of healing, and an increase in rage. So Iroh would be the more useful one if you're primarily just doing hero versus hero attack fighting. But if you are into the raids, Azula would be your best bet, especially with the massively increased bender capacity. So both of them, I am going A tier for both of them, but both of them are strongest at different uses. All right, so this is my legendary tier list for the Avatar mobile game. Brain fart in the name right now. I didn't get enough sleep. This is Game Hydro. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy what we're doing. If you enjoy our information or my really stupid sense of humor. Either one is equally valid.